Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over what is remarketing or what is retargeting. So just real quick, we have some text down here, but remarketing and retargeting defined and remarketing versus retargeting. For me, I use the terms interchangeably. The only real difference that I've ever found in my experience is that Google AdWords uses the term remarketing, whereas Facebook ads uses the term retargeting. They all kind of mean the same exact thing. You can run display ads across the internet with Google remarketing. You can run, social display ads across Facebook with retargeting. So to me, there's really no difference. The big thing is that you can do more than just target your website visitors. You can also use customer data, from people who have bought from you in an e-commerce store or something like that. You could use email as subscribers. You could actually upload directly from like MailChimp or different providers like that. You can also retarget to people who are using your app on mobile devices, things like that. So there's a lot of different options you have. You could also retarget people on the Google Search Network. So we'll kind of try to go over everything here. We'll start with a quick example. So let's just say, for example, I own this website, farmhousegoals.com. I want to retarget everyone who's visited Rustic Farmhouse Copper Sinks. I want everyone who's visited this article. It's got a bunch of products, things like that. I want to retarget them with ads so I can try to get them to buy a copper sink. So if I come into Google Analytics here, you can see I have Google Analytics set up on my website, Farmhouse Goals. So pretty simple. You obviously want to set up Google Analytics on your website. It's completely free. So what Google Analytics does is we just put, the site tag across our website, and right now we are in our audience section. So if you come down to admin, if you scroll down to audience definitions and audiences under the admin screen here, what we can do is click on new audience. We can come down to here, users who have visited a specific section of my site. So you have some different options here that you can target. So you can do all users, new users, returning users. What we want to do is say users who visited a specific section of my website. Just come in here, do page contains, and all we have to do is find it from the drop down. So farmhouse copper sinks, we want to get rid of anything at the end. So all we have to do is say page contains farmhouse copper sinks. That's it. Click apply, and it's going to say how many users we've had over the last 7 days. So only 29, not a huge list or anything like that. But if I just come into audience name here, I can do, farmhouse copper sinks. And as I can kind of increase this audience, I can start targeting them with ads. So I just go next step. I can put my audience, to AdWords, to analytics, different things like that. So I can just publish it right to AdWords, and then I can start targeting this audience. So anyone who's visited this page will see my ads. So that's basically how it works. The other thing you can do, so if we look at the top here, you can see I have my Facebook pixel here. So you can see I have one pixel found on farmhousegoals.com. So this is site-wide on our website. We just put the pixel right in the header file. So if we come over to Facebook here and we come to our custom conversions, you can actually track whatever you want that happens on your website. So they have a lot of custom conversions that will pop in if you're using, like a Shopify website or something like that. But if we click on create custom conversion here, it'll say create a conversion using our website pixel that we have across our website. Use all URL traffic. And the rule is going to be if the URL contains, and so all we have to do again is just copy and paste this here. So farmhouse copper sinks, that's it. And we could just name our conversion, click submit, and then we'd have a new conversion for farmhouse copper sinks that we can target as well. So pretty simple to create different audiences here. And basically all you need to do is create the audiences you want to create, and then you can target them with these across Google Display Network, Google Search Network, Facebook, all sorts of different ways you can target people with retargeting. So to keep going, I'm going to give you another quick example here. So I was recently looking for office space using Regis.com, a bunch of other websites. So as I went back to my Facebook page and I was scrolling through, I got this ad here. So it's Regis sponsored, fully outsource your office portfolio. So this is a highly targeted ad to me because if I'm looking for office space right now, then Regis having an ad front and center while I'm looking is perfect. So they don't know whether I have converted or not. They don't know like if I found anything yet. So what they're going to try to do is get me to buy office space from them instead of buying it from, a competitor or something like that. So that's why retargeting comes in. I probably visited 10 different websites. I do remember visiting Regis. So it's a great targeting strategy for them to try to target me while I'm looking because it doesn't really cost them any more. It might cost slightly more, but not much. So just a great targeting option here. So the next thing I want to show you is an example of dynamic retargeting. So this is popular for e-commerce websites, a couple different other types of websites, but mainly e-commerce. So what I did is I came into this beach chandelier page and I opened a bunch of these pages here. So let's just say I'm in the market to buy a new beach themed chandelier for my house. So I clicked on it, opened a bunch of these, and then as I go and I browse this website, beachfrontdecor.com, another website we own, you can see this ad right at the top here with a bunch of different chandeliers. So if you look at this one right here, it matches that one right there. So it's just a page that I opened. So Wayfair is able to say, okay, this person visited these, 10 product pages. Let's serve them an ad with, this many. They have, what is it, 5 different ones here, 6 different ads here. So what they can do is just say, they create one ad. It's basically a template. They just put their logo over here, and then they just have 6 spots here. So as I visit different pages, let's say I start looking at beach artwork or, beach wall decor, different things like that, it'll start changing these ads around on me based on what I've looked at. So that's called dynamic retargeting or dynamic remarketing, same thing really. So that just uses the specific pages you visit to serve you an ad that will kind of show you, a lot of different options here. Rather than just say, hey, come back and buy a chandelier from Wayfair, they can say, hey, you were looking at these 6 chandeliers. Are you still interested? So pretty good strategy there, dynamic retargeting. You definitely want to use that on e-commerce websites if you're able to. So last thing I want to go over real quick. So we're going to show one of our own, not going to actually play it here, but I'm going to show one of our own videos. So it's Google AdWords remarketing lists for search ads. So this is a pretty unique way to target people. But if you're running search campaigns in Google AdWords, what you can actually do, so for example, we'll use my farmhouse copper sinks example. Let's say I want anybody who searches for farmhouse copper sinks that's also visited this page. What I can do is bid higher on them because they're part of my retargeting list. So I can say, okay, these 200 people have visited this page, so if they come into Google and they search one of my targeted keywords, I want to increase my bid by 100%. So I want to take my $5 bid and I want to make it $10. I want to take my $2 bid, I want to make it $4. Whatever your bid is, you can actually increase it by a specific percentage based on people who have visited your website. So I can say, I come in here for my rustic farmhouse copper sinks audience. It said there was a total of 29 people over the last 7 days. So let's just say I use that exact audience. What it's going to say is if any of those 29 actually search on one of my targeted keywords, any of my targeted keywords, then I want to actually bid, twice as much or 3 times as much or 50% more, something like that. You could also do less. You could do 50% less if someone's, or 100% less or something like that. Just don't bid on them at all if somebody's already converted or something like that. So a lot of different options you can use. So you're not just limited to, someone visits your website, you serve them an ad. You can do dynamic retargeting where someone's visiting specific product pages and you can serve them an ad with all sorts of different products here. Regis probably has ads on the Google Display Network where if I'm going around the internet and I start going to news websites or things like that, I'll start to see their ads. So great strategy. It doesn't work as well as it used to when it first started because people kind of know about retargeting, but it still works because when people are actively looking for something, you can target them with your ads. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you for watching our videos.